Hello everyone, welcome back to the study of economics. In the previous episode, we have studied that colonial rule in India, under that agriculture sector, industrial sector, condition of Indian economy before the advent of British period and during the British rule in India. Now, today in this episode, we are going to deal with foreign trade during the colonial period. Here we can discuss about the foreign trade in India and what are the structural changes have been takes place in this sector. So before going to this, we'll discuss about what is the meaning of foreign trade. Foreign trade means the exchange of goods and services between two or more countries. That means exchanging the goods and services between two or more countries is called as foreign trade. Take for example, the trade relationship between two countries like India and England, India and America, America and England. So these are the example for foreign trade. And during the colonial period, British held the monopoly power over the India's imports and exports. And also India has been an important trading nation since ancient times. Before the colonial period, India was a big player in the foreign trade. Having established itself well on the world map, pre-colonial India was blooming with opportunities. Before colonial period, India was exporting manufactured goods which enjoyed worldwide demand. But after the advent of British rule in India, so there some of the restrictive policies of commodity production, trade and tariff pursued by the colonial government, which adversely affected the structure, composition and volume of India's foreign trade. And also foreign trade of India during the colonial period generated a surplus export due to excess exports. Consequently, India became an exporter of primary products like raw silk, cotton, wool, sugar, indigo, jute, etc. So these are the exporting goods from India to the Britain. And also here an importer of finished consumer goods like cotton, silk, woolen clothes and capital goods like light machinery produced in the factories of Britain. So that here the colonial government, they made India became an exporter of these goods and also the importer of finished goods produced in the factories of Britain. You already studied that the primary motive of colonial rule in India, that was India became converted into a supplier of raw materials to the British industries and also a consumer of finished goods that is produced in the factories of Britain. As a result, some of the adverse effect can also takes place in our Indian economy. For all practical purposes, Britain maintained a monopoly control over India's exports and imports. As a result, more than half of India's foreign trade was restricted to Britain, while the rest was allowed with a few other countries like China, Ceylon means Sri Lanka, and Persia means Iran. That means Britain, they maintain a monopoly control over India's exports and imports, so that more than half of the India's foreign trade was under the control of Britain and rest was allowed with the few other countries like China, Ceylon as well as the Persia. Along with this, opening of the Suez Canal further intensified British control over India's foreign trade. One is supplier of import and export. One is control over import and export. Another one is the opening of Suez Canal. So this is also laid a complete control over the India's foreign trade. The most important characteristic of India's foreign trade throughout the colonial period was, that is, generation of a large export surplus. So along with this generation of a large export surplus, so this is one of the major feature of India's foreign trade during the colonial period. Now let me see in detail regarding the Suez Canal. Trade through the Suez Canal. Suez Canal is an artificial waterway running from north to across the Isthmus of Suez in northeastern Egypt. It connects Port Said on the Mediterranean Sea with the Gulf of Suez, an arm of the Red Sea. Then how this Suez Canal helps to the colonial rule in India. The canal provides a direct trade route for ships operating between European or American ports and that ports located in South Asia, East Africa and Oceania by doing away with the need to sail around Africa. So in this way, strategically and economically, this Suez Canal, one of the most important waterways in the world. Thus, this Suez Canal also helps to the British because to make the foreign trade in India. And its opening in 1869, which reduced the cost of transportation and made access to India's market very easier. That means it reduced the cost of transportation and which makes India's market become easier. Now let me see what are the consequences of export surplus. Before that, what is export surplus? Export surplus refers to the situation when exports are more than the imports. That means if the export is greater than the import, so that is called as export surplus. Then what are the then what is the effect of this export surplus in the Indian economy? So this export surplus which leads to drainage of India's wealth, that is by the way of following. First one, export surplus came at a huge cost to the country's economy. That means export surplus which made India become a huge cost to the country's economy. Second one, several essential commodities like food grains, clothes, kerosene, etc. became conspicuous by their acute scarcity in the domestic market. Because British, they made India become a supplier of raw materials. So as a result, we supplied all the raw materials to the colonial government, essential commodities like food grains, clothes, kerosene. So this will lead become a scarcity in the domestic market. So domestic market is nothing but our Indian market. Third one, furthermore, this export surplus did not result in any flow of gold or silver into India. That means the export, that means the income from the export, so which does not leads to a flow of gold or silver into India, but rather than this was used to make payments of the expenses incurred by an office set up by the colonial government in Britain, expenses on war again fought by the British government, and the import of invisible items, all of which led to the drain of Indian wealth. That means this export surplus income which is not used to India's economy, but it was used to make a payment of a Britain administration, that is by the way of expenses on war again fought by the British government, and also invisible import items. So for that India's export surplus or income from export surplus, so that was used for the administration purpose. So as a result, so India's economy leads to a drain of Indian wealth. Okay students, so next we'll discuss about further more concepts in the next episode. Now we'll move on some exercise questions of this episode. Everyone write the answer of that questions after watching this complete video. Okay students, in this episode, first question, write a note on Suez Canal. So this is what first question. Second question will be, what are the export goods of India during colonial period? And question number 3, what are the import goods of India during colonial period? Question number 4, what is export surplus? And the last fifth question, write a note on consequences of export surplus. So these are the questions you need to answer. Okay, thank you.